Wanga is reporting for us from Kiambu County, and she now joins us live to talk to us about exactly what transpired in court. Brenda, good morning. Good to see you from Kiambu. Tell us exactly what informed the court's decision to grant the police 2 months and to release Brian Kassaine, because he's the first one who's being released. The rest are in custody.
Well, indeed, Ken, like you said, we're here at the Kiambu Law Courts, and it has been a good morning for one of the suspects who had been arrested in relation to Monica's murder, Brian Kassaine, being let to go home. At least for now, the prosecution here are not opposing that plea to have him actually go home, as they take the next 2 months to just conclude their investigations and see whether they have enough to press charges or not. But as of now, he has been let to go home. He will be reporting to a police station every Thursday for the next 8 weeks. The judge says to give the police and the investigators the time they have asked for to wrap up any loose ends they might have and decide whether or not they will be pressing charges against him. But perhaps just to help us understand a little bit more exactly what had transpired in the courts today, we have Mr. Ojujo, who is appearing for Brian today. What does this mean for your client?
We are happy. I think you can see the smiles on everybody's face. It simply means that my client has been set free unconditionally. We had insisted ever since that my client was innocent of the charges that were alleged against him. The police have confirmed that after doing the thorough investigations, they have nothing against my client, not even a holding charge. So the court has also agreed with us that the application they made to have my client be appearing before them for almost 2 days a week is not reasonable. The court have only now given them 2 months, which my client will be appearing once a week, only on Thursday before them. After 2 months, we shall have closed this case if they don't have any formal charge against my client. So it is clear now to the public and everybody that my client all along has been a subject to humiliation for no reason. The police had outrightly violated his right by detaining him for even 10 days and then to come out without any valid and credible charge against him. So we are happy at last he is free and he can enjoy his liberty.
There was also the question or the issue of the gun that came up in court. Tell us a bit about more about that.
You see, my client is a licensed, private licensed gun owner. And when we gave them the certificate to go and verify, they have not even told us what happened. Because the reality is that certificate is valid. He has been doing a lot of renewal every year, and he has been in possession of that gun from 2012. You see, up to now, which is well known within the knowledge of the police. So the allegation that were being brought that the firearm also has a connection with the Monica case, I think it's baseless, and they have confirmed themselves it's baseless. So we expect the same to be returned to my client, and by the time we'll be coming here for the next mention on the 14th of December, we will have all his documents returned to him and he'll be set free.
There also has been the issue of whether or not your client will now turn state witness. Is this an issue that has been discussed, canvassed between the two parties, and is this something that your client would be willing to do?
I think that is an hearsay that people have been talking about. Nowhere has my client accepted to be a state witness. Ourselves, we've not even given that credible information to anybody. You cannot compel a person to become a state witness, more so when he's going to testify against the people he knows, like his neighbors, you see. So it's something we have not agreed upon. There are negotiations with the prosecution, but we have not yet decided whether he will become a state witness or not. For us, we are concerned with this: is he linked with the alleged murder and the alleged crime or not? Being a state witness is a choice. You cannot compel him to become a state witness.
All right, Mr. Ojujo, thank you so much for shedding more light on what has just been happening here. So, Mijungu, what we have heard is that Brian Kassaine gets to go home today. What happens between now and the next 8 months is something we will all have to wait and see whether at the end of the day they will still need to charge him or not. But as it stands right now, the prosecution says they have not found sufficient evidence to link him directly to the murder of Monica, and therefore today he gets to go home. Mijungu?
All right, and Brenda, we have learned that it was unconditional release. Initially, we thought that it was on application of bail, but as the lawyer has explained to us, it was unconditional. Let's see what happened. Thank you very much, Brenda Wanga from Kiambu Law Courts, reporting there on what has transpired this morning. We are just learning that Brian has been released on unconditional bail. He will be reporting, however, every Thursday at the police station for the next 8 weeks until this case is concluded. Thank you, Brenda, very much.